Peace everyone, Unmask Art here, and welcome to day 7 of Inktober. Today's prompt is shy, and I have been working on it all morning for like 6 straight hours. I really got something fun planned today, and let's just get right into it. So for showing off the subscriber pictures, I'm not going to be doing that today. I only got like 3, I think, and I was so busy working on this project for today that I kind of ran out of time, and I didn't quite get that set up to do this. So I did a lot of this digitally. I did all of it digitally first. Because there was a lot of planning. I kind of woke up and had this spark of creativity and just this idea that I thought was perfect for today. Because to be honest with you, I was totally unsure what I was going to be doing today, and last night I was thinking of some things, and I was just going to do like a single character drawing that just looks like she's, intimidated and shy and scared or whatever. But then when I woke up this morning, this idea popped into my mind, every last detail, and that's what I've been painstakingly going over all morning. So let's get right into it. I am going to zoom in a little bit for you guys so you get a better view. So as you might be able to gather a little bit from what's happening here, is I'm actually doing kind of a storyboard. So there's going to be a story happening, but I'm not going to reveal the story until the very end. So I'm going to do all the drawings, and then I'm going to put in the words one by one. You'll see it later, but yeah, it should be a fun time. Hello Gihan, Wendy, Ankush, Bianca, Silvern, Carmen, Steve, good morning, good afternoon. Oh, that's awesome, Silvern. I'm glad you're excited to get that colored pencil course. Yeah, I started a few minutes early. So I'm going to just get right into inking some of this. I have quite a bit of the primary sketch complete, and I feel confident enough to just come in here with ink. I was thinking that this project was going to take like a really long time, and I'm hoping, as lovely as all of you guys are, I'm hoping not to have to spend my whole Saturday live streaming. This one is definitely worn me out quite a bit preparing for this for today's live stream. But I have nothing else planned for today except relaxing and slugging about. Oh, you just finished your shy drawing? Yes, so real quick, make sure that you message me over on Facebook your finished drawings for today. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to be sharing the drawings I got yesterday because I only got a couple of them and I ran out of time, but I will for sure share your guys' drawings on tomorrow's live stream, plus the ones that I got yesterday. So all the drawings that haven't been shared yet will be shared tomorrow. So be sure to message me on Facebook. The link to my Facebook page is in the description if you don't have it. So I full on came up with a story for today's prompt, and it's a good one. It's a good one. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy this. You better enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, lie to me, because I put a lot of work into this one today. This one is probably going to be my favorite. It kind of, just conceptually in my mind, it's already a little bit my favorite. But yeah, we'll see how the execution is, because it's gonna take a little while. And when I did it digitally, I did it huge. So I did like a full scale kind of manga page of this, and the digital version is really pretty clean. You know, I was able to type in the text and things like that. Steve, if you downloaded the course, the reason it won't open is because it's a zipped file. You must first unzip the file to extract the folder. All right, I'm going to do the speech bubble over here. So I hope you guys all had a nice Friday. My lovely wife and her mom made the most delicious cake, an apple crumble cake, and it was just fantastically delicious. Yes, it is still fantastically delicious, you're right. What's the document size I prefer for digital art? Well, for digital art, I always work at 300 BPI, and I generally will work at like a minimum of 20 by 30 centimeters. That's what but sometimes I'll work even bigger than that. It just depends. Oftentimes I keep ratios based on like actual paper sizes. So like 11 by 14 inches at 300 DPI. So that's kind of what I work with digitally sometimes. But I actually haven't done a lot of digital stuff. All right, I'm gonna fill in, actually, I'm gonna do a little bit of this line here. So just bear with me. I'm going to use this ruler to get some of these lines, and then I'll start sketching a little bit more before I add ink to the rest of this. I'm going to work on one square at a time. I think that will be a little helpful to get this project complete. But anyways, again, so last night the delicious apple crumble cake was preceded by tasty pumpkin soup, which I really enjoy, and probably will be having some more pumpkin soup and apple crumble today for dinner. And then we just relaxed and watched the new Spider-Man Homecoming movie, which was actually surprisingly good. You know, I went into the movie with zero expectations at all, and I think that helped me really enjoy the movie. And I like how they created the story, and yeah, I was kind of afraid that it was going to be like too much Iron Man, but I like the way that they incorporated the Avengers, but they didn't actually like have any of them in there. Really, it was nice. It was a refreshingly well executed movie. You did unzip the file, but I get something like file pathway not supported or something like that. Oh, well, that's really weird, Steve. Steve, go ahead and email me, and I will, after the live stream, I will send you a new download link. So hopefully we can get that problem fixed for you. I've had a few people have a couple issues regarding the download, so I'm happy to send you a new download link. Just send me an email and I'll take care of it. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm going to add in some of the details for the hair here, just so I get a little bit clearer picture before inking it. I was when I was working on this, I was gonna originally just draw it out on paper, and then I realized how difficult it is to kind of do these little windows as sketches on paper, and so I decided, you know what, I enjoyed using my tablet for the last project, for the last Inktober piece, kind of planning that one out, and so I pulled it back out and just had a blast working on it. It's just it's so refreshing to work digitally and not have to erase anything. You can just Command Z all your mistakes, and I wish that there was an option like that when working in pencil or colored pencil. How much easier would life be if you could just Control Z things? All right, almost done filling out these lines here with a pencil. And then I can go back through and ink them. It was really tough to get all the detail translated over to the paper because I added a lot more detail. There was so much more detail on the digital version, and I wasn't able to get it all transferred onto this paper because it's so small in comparison to like being able to zoom really close in digitally and do all this. So I had to compromise a little bit on the details that I actually was putting into this piece, but I think that for the most part I'm able to get across the point, the full theme of this piece here. All right. Yeah, I think it's safe to start inking that now. Oh, hello, Leontine. Good to see you here. Hello, Luca. Yes, tablet. So I did. If you're asking about the tablet that I was using, I mean my drawing monitor that I used. And I did that to sketch this out, to do all the primary planning for this. And I use an Oogie 2150. I did a review on it quite some time ago, but yeah, it still works super well for this kind of stuff. I really enjoy using it. It kind of it's really beneficial to plan this stuff out, but I find myself making like a full-fledged piece and taking probably a little bit more time than I should to do it, because I was like really close to not making it to the live stream in time, because I was transferring this sketch over to this piece of paper like maybe 30 minutes ago. So I was really quite behind. Fortunately, though, as you can see, I was able to get it transferred successfully before the live stream, and I even managed to start the live stream a bit early, just by a few minutes, but I didn't want to start it too much early. Didn't want people to be missing out, so. But I cannot wait for you guys to see the finished piece of this, because I have the digital version sitting in front of me, and I know what the words say, and I know what the whole story of this piece is going to be. So it makes me laugh, and I promise you, it's going to be worth it in the end. It's going to be so worth it. All the stress that I caused myself this morning to get it done. And I have like virtually no experience doing these kind of storyboard manga style pages. I literally just did it. I just got up and I made the windows in Photoshop, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna work. And so I totally made this up. I didn't look at anything. I just, it probably would have been a little bit easier if I had looked at, I think the only thing I grabbed were the speech bubbles. So I pulled the speech bubbles off Google Images, but that's about it. Just so that I could get the right feel. But it's been a really long time since I've read any manga. And so I'm kind of using my memory of what I used to like and what I saw in some of my favorite mangas to kind of build this story the way that you're going to see it in the end. All right, let's see here. Oh, gotta get her shoulder over here. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm driving and just listening, and I'm not really commenting, but I'm happy to be here. Well, I'm happy that you're here, Melinda. Drive carefully. Yes, and definitely don't be texting and driving. That's cool that you can listen to the live stream while you're driving, as long as you're not watching me draw. Don't do that either. But your level of dedication for the live stream is commendable for sure, and I'm glad to have you listening. Good morning, Bridget, and Duke, and Kezarator. Hopefully that's pronounced like that. I think I've tried to pronounce your name before. All right. I'm gonna do the outline for this one here then. I'm going to make them thicker in the end, but for now I'm just going to keep them with the lines. And we'll work on this box, I guess. Frame? Are they called frames in comic books or whatever? You can tell my absolute inexperience with doing manga comic thing, because I don't know what these sections that I made. I don't know what they're called, but I'm going to call them frames. I think frame is a good way to refer to them. But we're moving on to frame number 2. Now I'm only doing the primary inking so far, so I want to get all like the just the lines done real quick, and then I'll go back through and do more of the detail, because I didn't even finish her eye there. So there's still quite a bit that I need to do. I'm pretty close to pronouncing it. Okay, well, pretty close is good enough for me, I think, as long as it's good enough for you. I know it's super exciting to sit here and watch me use a ruler to draw lines. All right, I'm gonna just, I can see her eyes pretty clearly because I sketched them in. So I'm gonna ink those so they stand out a little bit. Doing the eyes and getting any kind of emotion on my character's face here is super, super tough with these teeny tiny little details, but I'm gonna do my absolute best. The pen that I'm using is the Faber-Castell Ecco Pigment, and it's the smallest one I got. It's the 0.2, and I believe that Mircon has a 0.15, and I had one before, but it was so delicate that it didn't last very long, so I didn't get another one. But it would probably be really helpful in doing this teeny tiny little drawing, because there's so much detail. And when I drew this portion like full scale, and then I just shrunk it down and set it in there, so there was so much more detail. The background music sounds familiar. I honestly, well, through my MCN, I have access to just a ton of royalty-free music, and so I just grabbed it. The music, what I'm listening to right now is called Without a Doubt. And it literally doesn't even have an artist. Yeah, it probably sounds familiar because it's just a kind of generic beat type thing. Hello, Stormcat. Am I struggling with this drawing? I am struggling a little bit with this drawing because there's so much detail that I was adding in. And when I transferred it over to this paper, I'm basically having to start all over again because I lost quite a bit of what I had already done. Like now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to draw in the details of her hair, and yeah, so I'm struggling a little bit because I probably bit off a little bit more than I can chew with this piece, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end because I know where this is going, and I can't wait for you guys to experience this with me. I wish that I could like telepathically give you the story in the very instance that I thought of it when I woke up this morning, because I almost woke up this morning laughing because I was laying there and this whole thing, like, it's perfectly coming right out of my mind. This is exactly what I thought of very first thing in the morning, and it was so perfect. I knew that I was going to do it for today's Inktober piece, and it made me laugh because it was so funny. Where did I end up on the Nugget Slug shirts? You want one? So what I think I'm gonna do for the Slug Nugget shirts is I'm going to design our little Nugget Slug as a digital print. I will upload that to my website, and everybody from yesterday agreed that $5 was the price that they liked. So I'm probably going to do a couple, like 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 different colors, subtly different designs for our little Nugget Slug. Then I'll just put it in like a little packet of digital files that you'll be able to buy from my website, download it, and then you can take it to the print store and get t-shirts or whatever, because I think that it will not only keep me from having to use those third-party systems that I despise, because if I'm selling the pack of the actual PNG file that lets you get it printed on whatever you want, everybody wins, because you're not going to have to pay for the markup cost of whatever third-party site that I would go through to get the shirt. I'm going to make more money, and you're going to spend less money. So it's better that way than if I were to go through some third-party website, which I'd have to take the time to set up and then find upload the designs and all that nonsense. Instead, you'll just be able to download the files and then take those files, put it on a thumb drive or whatever, take it to your local print store and get it printed on whatever you want. Because you could probably get it printed on a shirt at your local place, wherever you live, regardless of where you live, for $15, maybe $20, and you wouldn't have to pay for shipping. You wouldn't have to pay anything like that, because in order for me to make any money doing that, I'd have to sell the shirts for like $30 or something ridiculous just to make like $1. So it just doesn't make any sense for me to do that. So that's what we settled on, and I don't have any of the designs done yet, since we just talked about it yesterday. But I will probably, what I'll probably do is, once Inktober is done, because truthfully, I have a hard time believing I'm going to be able to get to any of those designs before Inktober's done, because I barely have any time to breathe between live streams at the moment, it feels like. But once Inktober's done and I do the drawing journals, I'll probably do a few drawing journals where I'm working digitally on my monitor, and you guys can give me your input on what you'd like, what colors or things you'd like me to do for the Slug Nugget, so we can kind of design it all together. I think that would be a fun way to do it. Let me see what I think I may have missed something. Hello, Linda. Welcome. Yes, I do have an MCN. As far as choosing an MCN, I definitely recommend you take your time and you wait and you learn what they offer you. The one that I'm signed up with is nothing special. It's just broadband TV, and I think they're top 10 biggest. So they cover a lot of people, and you don't really have to be even that big to get into it. And but they offer a free subscription to Epidemic Sound, which is where I get all of my music from, which is where the music that you're hearing is from as well. And what else? I honestly, I don't even know what portion of the YouTube income they take, but I don't have to deal with any of the AdSense stuff. They take care of all of the AdSense stuff, and then they just send me my paycheck every month via PayPal. So they simplify the process of getting paid through YouTube. And based on my views per month, I feel like I don't feel like they take very much out. I mean, they're not making very much for me, that's for sure. I don't get that kind of viewership, but they work for me, and I've had them for a couple years now, and they also have a really cool optimization tool that lets me, optimize my videos really easily. But yeah, I would definitely take your time if you're going to go with one. Take your time, do your research, understand like what they're offering, and make sure that they communicate with you really well too. So if you do end up deciding, make sure that you talk with them, and they respond in a reasonable manner and whatnot. Let's see. I'm trying to follow my original drawing as best I can. Yeah. When did you start drawing? Like, what age did I start drawing? I started when I was in the second grade. That's when I really started drawing, and actually it was, I can remember getting those compliments all the way back during that time. But I really enjoyed drawing at a really young age, and I took it fairly serious too. Like, it wasn't just a childhood hobby. It was something that I really did take interest in. I can remember, actually, I don't think I've ever shared this story on in any of my videos, or with very few people I think have ever I've ever told this story to, but I remember it vividly. So when I was in the third grade, it was either second or third grade. I know it was one of those two grades. But I had this friend that lived across the street from me, and he had a pretty decent sized comic book collection that he got from an uncle or something like that. Like, an uncle or some relative left it to him, and he had like a bunch of He-Man books and comic books, and I started to get into comic books at this age because I liked the art. So I started getting comic books. I started collecting them, and I don't remember where or how I got them. I honestly cannot tell you where or how I got this collection of comic books, and I ended up collecting like a little over 200 of what seemingly just felt like random comic books. I had a couple Spider-Mans. I remember having quite a few X-Men comic books, and then there was this one comic book that had this like green monster kind of thing. It wasn't the Hulk, but gosh, it was more of an adult comic book. I think it was like a 17 plus. It had some nudity in it. I remember that. Of course, when you're 7 years old, you don't forget the comic books that have nudity in them. But I remember tracing the characters from the X-Men comic books. Only the girls. I only traced the girls. But I would just trace their bodies, because most of the time, you know, they were wearing like the spandex stuff that basically just shows their figure. And I would just draw the figures. So I would trace them, but I wouldn't put the clothes on them, and so I'd keep them naked. And and my friend Derek, he grew up. I didn't mean to use his name, but my friend that lives across the street, he lived in a fairly religious family. His older brother is actually a pastor, and he turned them over to his mom, and it to this day it makes me laugh, because I just can't imagine what was going through his mom's mind when because he gave her a couple of the first ones that I did or something like that, and I was there when he gave her more, because he found like one or two more that I had done, and I remember standing there as he handed them to her and said, "Here, there's more." And it just, to this day, it just makes me laugh, because it's just an embarrassing story, and I've never shared that with anybody. I don't even think my sister knows, and she's like my best friend. So if she's listening to the live stream right now, she's hearing this story for the first time. But this happened so long ago. Goodness, I have not thought about that in just forever. Still makes me laugh. Oh, goodness. All right, I think I got this sketch good enough to... actually, let me put in her irises, or her pupils here. You guys still with me in the live chat? You've been quiet for some time. Or are you just listening to my story and you're laughing so hard you can't type any? Yeah, that's probably what was going through her mind a little bit. I don't think that she thought I was a very good influence on her son. See, I didn't have the... I was always the kind of trouble kid growing up, so a lot of my friends' parents, they looked out for me, but I definitely had a sense always growing up that some of my friends' parents didn't like that I was their friend, but very, very often I was always felt kind of looked out for by my friends' parents, but yeah, I don't know if she really liked the influence I had. But fortunately, I turned out okay. She must have prayed the demons away when I was a small child drawing naked comic book X-Men characters. You guys are the first to hear that story, I swear to you. I swear. I've never told anybody that story before. Gosh, I haven't thought about it in so long. Every so often, like maybe every couple years or something like that, I would have thought of that story, but goodness, I do not remember the last time I thought of that. I mean, I already told you guys about the story of when I got in trouble in the second grade. for drawing a mermaid with a seashell bra or bathing suit. I don't know. Do mermaids wear bathing suits? But yeah, I made a seashell bra or bathing suit, whatever you want to refer to it as, for an art project in the 2nd grade, and I got detention for drawing that. I mean, I also made her boobs 3-dimensional with sticky thingies that pop off the page. But yeah, I don't feel like that's something a child should get detention for. That's creativity right there. But yeah, that's just another story of my perverted childhood. Gosh, I feel like it's taking forever to ink this. I apologize. I don't know. I totally lost track of time. Was I even drawing while I was telling that story? I don't remember. Good morning, Linda. Hello, Moni. Doodle Stuff. Oh, thank you, Doodle Stuff. I'm glad that my live stream is relaxing. Hopefully the ambiance of the music is also relaxing. I try to choose some music that's not super slow, that's going to put you to sleep, but something that you can just kind of relax to listen to. All right, there is that. I need to color in her eye just a tiny bit. Doing the eyes and making them look good when they're so tiny is truly a challenge. I can assure you of that. There we go. That's good for now. Now I'm going to move down to this. Am I still in frame here? I want to make sure you guys can see this. So it's starting to come together a little bit. Oh, hello, Crystal. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I agree, Linda. I definitely could have skipped the shells. Oh, thank you, Bianca. I'm sure your piece looks lovely too. Don't forget to send your finished pieces over to me on Facebook so that I can share it tomorrow on tomorrow's live stream. I didn't share any drawings today because I didn't actually get very many. I only had like 2 or 3 from what I saw this morning, and I ran out of time because I was working on this. I was working on this all morning just for you guys. Gosh, I cannot wait to write in the words for you guys to see this story. It's going to be so memorable. We're making memories today, people. We are making memories today. This story is going to go down in history as one of the best live stream stories on YouTube. And if you don't agree by the end, just lie to me, please. I put way too much effort into it. For an Inktober piece, like the Inktober piece, I don't think you're supposed to do like full-scale projects or something like that. Like, I don't think Inktober is intended to do like 10 hours of work for a single piece, because, like I said, I worked on this one already for 6 straight hours when I was designing it in Photoshop. I was doing everything to make this one just come to life. And by the way, today's prompt, many of you probably already know that today's prompt is shy. So maybe you can kind of get that feeling a little bit based on her body language and these two here. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Storm. Today's prompt was driving me crazy. Absolutely crazy, because I could not, for the life of me, up until I woke up this morning, figure out what I was going to do. I was looking online yesterday because I was going to do another anime character, just make a character up and just make her look shy. And my original idea was to have my character reading a book and then having like the book up in front of her mouth and her nose, like kind of shy like that. But that's it. That's all I was gonna do. That's my big idea for today's prompt. But I didn't like it, and I didn't think it was good enough. And after yesterday's and the day before that, so after doing this one yesterday, you guys really liked this one, and then you guys loved this one as well. And I was like, oh, gosh, I got to do something better than that if I'm going to be able to compete with what I did yesterday and the day before that. So I keep like stepping up the level and making it so much harder on myself than I probably should have to. But I agree. Today's prompt was like really hard for me to think something up, and I don't even want to know what tomorrow's prompt is. I think it's crooked, if I'm not mistaken. But the idea that I came up with for tomorrow's prompt, like I said, I have all these written down already to kind of get me started thinking about it. But tomorrow's prompt is one that I don't like right now. And after I thought up this storyboard here, I thought about doing another one for tomorrow's prompt, but how difficult this one has already been for me, I don't know if I'm going to have the energy to do 2 of these kind of storyboard for Inktober, especially on the weekend. I mean, during the week it's not as bad because my wife is at work, but I feel really bad taking all day today doing this when she's just kind of moping around the house. And so, yeah, I'd like to, I don't see her all week, so I'd like to spend some time with her today. So I need to get this done in a reasonable amount of time. And I don't want to do the same thing for tomorrow. But tomorrow's, if tomorrow is in fact crooked for the prompt, then I think I might do somewhat of a story. I think I might do somewhat of a story, but just one scene, because I have the image in my head and I really like it. But I can't make any promises. Maybe more than one, maybe like 2 scenes. See, there I go. I'm already giving myself more work. Tomorrow's was easy. I'm curious to see if you or Anna recognize it or at least know about it. Huh. Is tomorrow's prompt is tomorrow's prompt indeed crooked? Let me catch up a little bit on the live chat here. Yeah, 6 hours. That's, yeah, definitely dedication. And that was just 6 hours of preparing for the live stream. So I'm not even including the time that I'm taking right now. It's already been like a half hour or something like that. So 6.5 hours so far. You found divided to be the most difficult. Yeah, I actually, well, my divided one is really bad. I don't like my divided one because it's too plain. I couldn't think of anything else to add to my dominoes for divided. Yeah, but I love manga too. It's definitely one of my favorite styles. Does my wife draw? Yes, she does. She does draw. In fact, we were going to live stream today, but it's been so difficult preparing just myself that I don't know if we're going to do a couples live stream while I'm doing Inktober, because it's so overwhelming right now with all the things that I try to keep up with, and then also streaming every single day. It's been a tiny bit stressful. But maybe we'll do a stream this month together. But so for the past few months, the first Saturday, it's supposed to be the first Saturday every month, my wife and I get on and do a live stream and draw and color together. But yeah, I don't know about this month. Okay, so yeah, tomorrow is crooked. Yeah, my idea for tomorrow right now, as it is super lame. I'm not even going to share it, but I'll probably do something similar to what I already have planned, but add something cool to it. Am I doing a fight scene drawing in the future? No, I'm not doing a fight scene. I think you can kind of see a bunch of people standing here and it kind of looks like it could be a fight scene, but no. I will entertain some guesses as to what is happening here, but anybody that correctly guesses what is going on in this scene, you won't know that you guessed correctly, because I will be super disappointed if anybody figures it out before I finish. The entire thing here. I'd be super disappointed if anybody figured out what I was doing. And if you were to say it in the chat, I wouldn't acknowledge it anyway, just so it doesn't give it away. But I can safely say that it is not a fight scene. Is my colored pencil course emailed after bought, or is it sent via post? So after you buy the Intro to Colored Pencil course, it is emailed to you, and the email that you will get is has a link that you click on, and it will automatically start downloading. So make sure that when you purchase the course, you put your email address in correctly. Oh, your husband paints the Warhammer figures? That is awesome. You know, I play Magic the Gathering, and I go to the local game shop in Katowice to play, and they have a bunch of the Warhammer figures, and they sell the paint and stuff like that. And I've kind of really wanted to get into it, because I've done some figure painting like that before, way back when I was like in high school, and Gosh, it seems weird to be able to say way back when I was in high school. Ugh, that's gross. Anyways, but I've kind of wanted to get into it, but it's a little expensive, and the amount of time I'd want to dedicate to it, I don't really actually have. So I kind of stopped myself from doing it. No, she is not performing. My character here, she's not performing anything. No performance. That's a good guess though, because you could think that she was like about to sing or dance or something like that. But I can assure you that at the end, this is the last scene. So in manga terms, this is called what's a one piece, which is where the story happens all in one issue. But this is actually a one piece where it's happening on just one page. Hello, Wicked Illusion. You're not too late. That's fine. It's okay to be late as long as you show up. Real quick, everybody. I kind of, like I said, I was running out of time a little bit for the live stream, so if you guys wouldn't mind maybe clicking that share button so we can bring some more people into the live stream, I would really, really appreciate that. If you are enjoying today's live stream, I'm always happy to welcome more people to watch it. But only invite cool people, because everybody right now is real cool. So the story here won't be fully revealed until I write in the text. So I have the text kind of blocked off because I use the text tool in Photoshop so that I could get it really nice. But obviously I'm gonna only be able to do my very best handwritten text, which, yeah, you'll just have to wait. She's playing a game. No, she's not playing a game. It's my character trying to come up with a concept for today's prompt. That's a good one. But no. That's a funny one. I like that. Honestly, I probably could write in words that makes that work. Like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? I have no idea what I'm going to draw today. And then, oh, I got it. That's brilliant. And then, yeah, I don't know what this last scene would be if she was saying those things, but yeah, I like that idea. Kind of meta, little meta joke there. I like it. All right, I need the little water teardrop. There we go. And I think that one's good. I can finish inking this one now. I'm gonna skip her eyes because I want her eyes, since this is the largest where I have her face. I'm going to leave her eyes blank for now so that I can work in a little bit better detail once I finish the preliminary inking. Forgot to outline my box here, or my frame, I should say. We have to catch the rest of this later. Okay, Steve, well, you take care. Oh, come on, Leontine. Of course the slug is going to be incorporated into this piece. What would be an Inktober drawing without the slug nugget? You know? He's got to be there. I know you're fishing for details. You're not gonna figure out the story. You're not gonna figure it out. Give up. But of course we're gonna have our little slug buddy in here. Those of you in the chat that are unaware of what I'm referring to as far as the slug, then I strongly recommend you watched yesterday's live stream. Yesterday's live stream, yeah, it's gonna be hard to live up to yesterday's live stream because it was so much fun. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. Fine Art Anna, as many of you probably are aware of her, but she took a screen capture of Coffee Cat's little poem from the slug poem yesterday. She messaged it to me on Facebook, and I was just too funny. It was just too much to handle. Too much to handle. The guessing part is making it more fun. Yeah. So she suddenly spots her secret crush in the party. I didn't even think about that looking like a party. Nah, it's just a crowd of people. It's not a party. That's a good guess, though. I like all your ideas. Your ideas are really good. Oh, hello, Beverly. So you drew a girl that looks shy and put Nugget on the shirt? That's awesome. I can't wait to see your drawing, Bianca. Make sure you send me that drawing on Facebook. So we got Steve asking where everybody is, where everybody's located. I know we got quite a few U.S. viewers. And Leontine, you're from Denmark, right? I think you're from Denmark, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Or Netherlands. Maybe it's Netherlands. Yeah. But yeah, we usually have people all around the world. Yesterday we had everybody from Australia, Japan, US, Canada, India, Malaysia. Goodness, we had people from just about every country on the planet during yesterday's live stream. I love days like that. I love it that my channel brings together people from all over the world, and it's just so exciting. Like, it's exciting for me to know that I have people all over the world that enjoy my art, enjoy my live streams, and just like to hang out, and it's so great. I feel like I have friends all over the world too, because a lot of you really have gotten to know me the past year or so, and goodness, I have friends in every corner of the world, and it's just so nice. I have the best subscribers of any YouTube channel. I'll challenge any YouTuber to a better subscriber standoff, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but I have a hard time believing there's a YouTuber that has cooler subscribers than I have. Croatia? Yeah, Netherlands, okay. Hello, Briss Metal Chick. So we got England, Netherlands, Croatia, South Africa, Minnesota, New Jersey. Yeah, this is awesome. Looks like we got, I think we're missing Japan. The usual coffee cat that, I don't know, she must be sleeping or something, but she's usually here at the live streams. She might show up, but she's in Japan. Australia, it's, I don't know, they're probably out partying. Chrissy, she's usually in the live chat, but who knows? She was up super late last night, I think. She's never sleeping. All right, let's see. Only a few more lines left to do here, and then I can start working on the last frame. Western Australia, okay. Hello, Julie. You should challenge PewDiePie. I don't think that would be much of a challenge. I don't even think PewDiePie would disagree that I have better, cooler subscribers than he does. I think everybody knows the people subscribe to PewDiePie. 12-year-old squeakers is what they call them, if I'm not mistaken. Nah, I don't know. It's hard to compete with that, you know, when you have 55 million subscribers. It's I don't even know what you do with yourself at that point. I don't even know where you go from there. I could never imagine having that many subscribers. I don't even know how it's possible. That's like a sixth of the US population that he has subscribed. Like, that's so much. That's so many people. It's ridiculous. All right. Again, I'll draw in her eyebrows down here. So we're starting on the last one. Where am I from? So I live in Poland. However, I am from the United States, as you could probably gather from my accent. But originally from Ohio. I was born in Michigan, but grew up in Ohio. I joined the military in 2007 and moved out to Washington State. And I spent about 9 years in Washington State before I moved to Poland. Graduated from the University of Washington with a bachelor's in mathematics. Yes, the colored pencil course is 1.3 gigabytes, which is actually quite small considering it's a 6-hour long course. So that's a lot of video for just 1.3 gigabytes. Yeah, you're right, Malusia. It's definitely the population of a few small countries or states. All right, little nose. Gosh, it's so difficult drawing in the eyes. Just like, you think this pen writes really thin lines until you're doing detail that small. I'm going to do a bit of erasing really quick on some of this here. Clean up the lines. Maybe that'll make it a little bit neater looking, I think. It'll also show anything that I might have missed, because sometimes I skip a line because the pencil hides it. Would I ever go to a YouTube party with all the most popular YouTubers? Not if I had to pay for it, because I wouldn't be able to afford it. But I think that it would probably be a good opportunity on a market level anyway, to like market, or to network. Yeah, I don't know. There's not very many YouTubers that I subscribe to that are over like 100 or 200,000. I have to say 200,000 because a few of you lovely people that I follow, Leontine, are over 100,000 subscribers now. So yeah, so I think there's maybe 3 or 4 YouTubers that I subscribe to that are over 200,000. But yeah, I don't watch their content like religiously or anything like that. It's just something I've been to subscribe to for a long time, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, Christine, I don't know if I saw you come in. Oh yes, I would definitely go to a party with all the artist YouTubers. But even the big artists on YouTube, I don't subscribe to. I like these smaller channels the best because they're still genuine people, and the YouTubers that I've come across that are really big, like have like 1 million subscribers or something crazy. I don't know. I've watched a few of their videos and I don't relate to them. I just feel like they're disingenuous. I don't know. It's just my impression. Nothing against any of them. I don't have anything against them. But like hopefully to you guys, I don't come across as disingenuous. I definitely am not coming across disingenuous if I were to grade myself, because I'm totally an open book on my channel and tell you guys virtually everything, and probably a bit more than I should. Like drawing naked girls when I was 7 years old. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I can't trust them, you know. So I didn't. Whatever. I don't know. I think I'm done. Yeah, I think I'm done with that. Yeah, I've been working on creeping on your conversations. Hope you're well. Disagree. Some are just obnoxious. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. No, I'm real. Okay, I'm glad that you think so, Briss. Yes. Um, yeah, I agree. Fame can definitely change people. I don't think that I don't have any. So far, I don't have anything that I can describe as fame. But it did feel really nice last month or a couple months ago, whenever it was. I'm terrible with time. That I came across a fan on vacation. That was definitely fun. That made me feel good. But I have a hard time imagining that no matter how popular my channel gets or anything like that, like I'm gonna forget you guys now. Like I I think the biggest problem that I'd probably face is if my channel were to get big enough, especially the live streams, if the chat goes too quickly and I happen to miss what you guys are saying. But I recognize your guys' names, and I don't intend on forgetting them either. So I'd like to acknowledge you when you come into the live stream so that you know that I'm it's like I'm inviting all of you to a party at my house, and it would be like if I didn't acknowledge you when you walk through the door. Like, so I always try to acknowledge you when you come into the live stream for that reason. And I have a hard time imagining that any amount of popularity of my channel would ever remotely change the way that I am. Of course, I have to be a little bit cynical and say that I would never want to be I would never want to let somebody take advantage of my popularity, something like that. I'm sure that if I were to ever get that popular, there'd be people that try to take advantage, and I'd have to be a little bit cynical. But I don't think I would become so cynical that I push people away, because even now I'm totally susceptible to inviting people over onto my live streams. And the first time that I did it, and the last time that I did it, a couple weeks ago or a week before Inktober started or whatever, I had Chris Art and Michael, and I didn't even look at their subscribers or how many subscribers they had. I was like, hey, you want to come over, do a hangout on my channel and just chat and draw? And it was like the coolest thing in the world. And I had no care in the world that I had 10 times the amount of subscribers that they had. So I think that's probably a pretty good indication that I wouldn't change much even if my channel became more popular. Yeah, Elise, I'll remember your name for sure. Yeah, Ankush, I still try my best. It's a little difficult sometimes to respond to like every single comment on every video, and I have to budget my time a little bit. But when I recognize somebody's name, or I recognize that it's somebody new to my channel, I always try to make the extra effort to reply to their comment, thank them for, enjoying the video, that kind of thing. I think the hardest part about doing it, for me anyway, is that sometimes I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and again, and it kind of makes me feel bad. Like, because I don't want to just thank you and then hit reply and it just be a thank you. I want to earnestly express my gratitude to every single person to the level of magnitude that I feel grateful. But if I did that, I would never stop replying to comments. But I still do my best to reply. And even the people that come over to my channel and they're like, hey, I really like the video. You know, I make videos too. I'd appreciate it if you came over and looked at it. I would say 90% of the time, I go over to their channel, subscribe, and comment on one of their videos. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever forget the little guys if I ever do grow that big. I mean, I've been on YouTube for a long time and I'm only at 13,000. And I know that some people might look at 13,000 subscribers and be like, wow, that's a lot. But for how long I've been doing it, I've gone nowhere really on YouTube. Okay, Kezarater, take care. Thanks for coming to the live stream. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Doodle Stuff. I'm glad that you find me to be genuine. I am glad that I come across that way because I can't force myself to be genuine. I just am who I am, and so yeah. Oh yeah, I can imagine, Leontine, you probably get 10,000 times more comments and things to respond to than I do, and yeah, I can't imagine being in that position. And sometimes I often say actually that, you know, if I were to never gain another subscriber, I'd be okay with that because the people that I have right now are just so awesome. And I'm still able to respond to your questions and things like that. But I am a little fearful of the time, when the time comes that I have so many that I just can't respond. Like I just, yeah, I don't really look forward to that moment. Because it's not like I'm going to stop seeing the fact that I'm getting notifications. It's just that I'm going to have to click, you know, away from it and finish doing work or something along those lines. That's part of the reason that I really like the atmosphere of the live stream. Because it gives me a chance to just respond to a lot of you in real time, so I don't have to sit there typing all day. Because at least during the live stream, I can still get, you know, a reasonable amount of work done. Yeah, I agree, Briss. YouTube is definitely an oversaturated platform with just so much content. I mean, there's so much content that's just constantly being uploaded that it's impossible to watch it all, impossible to, you know, keep track of it all. Not even YouTube itself can contain the madness of the videos that are uploaded at a constant rate. There's like 100 hours of video uploaded like every minute or something ridiculous. I'm just grateful for the people that you know, come over and spend their time watching my content, because, you know, I've put a lot of effort in it over the years, so I appreciate all the people that come over. The sun decided to come out for some reason, so I'm gonna close the blind, that way this light isn't affecting it. All right, there. Now the light is a bit normal. It always happens in the fall. The sun comes lower on the horizon, and it creeps right into my face. It drives me absolutely nuts. I kind of wish the window was in a west-facing window. That way I didn't have to deal with the direct sunlight coming in. YouTube replaced cable in your house? Yeah, I got rid of TV cable. Wow, this was a long time ago. 8 years ago? Yeah, I got rid of it 8 years ago. So, I don't even know. It's really hard for me to keep track of like what's popular on TV and stuff because I got rid of it so long ago that, yeah, I don't even know what commercials are anymore, other than, you know, those weird commercials that you get on YouTube and stuff. Yeah, I agree, Ankush. I also feel like my channel is a little bit of a family. I kind of considered like I kind of am considering maybe starting my own Facebook group, but I don't know what the point would be, to be honest with you. I don't know what would be the benefit if I started my own Facebook group, and besides, it would just give me one more thing that I'd have to do. You know, maybe I could set a few of you up as moderators or something like that, so you could kind of be in charge of it. But goodness, I honestly don't know what purpose it would have in the long run. All right, almost done with this outline here. I gotta fix her shoes. I really got lazy on her shoes, so I kept them super simple, even in the digital version. And I'm super glad that I did, because they would be insanely hard to do. If I had any other details on her feet, it would just be impossible to translate it over into the ink. So I kept them just very, very basic. I have to say, kind of tooting my own horn here, but I think my character is adorable. Hello, Brenda. Alright, let's do some inking, and I think, yeah, this will finish off the primary inking for this piece. And then I can go back through and work on the teeny tiny little details and finish up the rest of the inking of this piece. And then I will fill in the words, and you will all know the story behind this piece. Joining the Inktober group on Facebook prevented you from quitting after 3 days. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that actually seems like a really good idea, Wendy. Maybe I will start a Facebook group. I think it's just about time. Just about time to start my own Facebook group. Yeah. But I feel like I need to set like some expectations for it first before setting it up so that people have a little bit of an idea of the purpose of the group. You know, bring all the slugs together. Oh, that's a good guess, Wendy, but not quite the story. Yeah. My aim is kind of to teach. So the purpose of the group could be, to keep in touch with all the lovely people, and kind of work on, not necessarily to promote or share your work, but to work on tutorials, or just kind of uh, figure things out and be a place to learn, rather than just sharing photos of your work and hoping people like it. I'm gonna try to take a break from the live chat and finish this inking really quick, and then I will look back up at the chat. But I do like the idea of starting Facebook group, and you guys seem susceptible to joining it. I think it might be about time. I feel like my channel is going through a little bit of a growth spurt. It's big enough to warrant its own Facebook group. It's a new milestone. I didn't think I'd get to. Oh, I forgot her bow up here. Almost forgot that. There. That's better. Trying to concentrate and get this done quickly but not mess it up. I also forgot the top of her head. Alright, I don't think I'm missing anything else. Finish off her shirt here and her cute little skirt. I'll be honest, I had a little bit of difficulty coming up with her outfit. I didn't know what to do. I was going to do another sweater. I was going to do another sweater with a pleated skirt, but I didn't like it because it was a bit too much detail, And I'm really, really glad that I changed it to this button-up shirt in this just wavy skirt. Yeah, because if I would have done the pleated skirt, there would have just been 1,000 lines down here. It would have been a terrible idea. All right, now for the hard part, getting these nice curved lines for the legs. I don't know how many of you have experience inking legs, but oh my gosh, the subtle curves are just so hard to get right. I cannot tell you how many times I've messed up otherwise good legs with a pen. One of the things I often mess up on is down here at the ankle, because for some reason sometimes my hand just wants to chop the ankle off and make the ankle way too thin. Yeah, it's already started to do it. There we go. Small correction. All right, down to the shoes. We're almost there. Almost. All right, now just put the soles of her shoes on. And her little toes. There we go. And yeah, she is good. Now let me do some erasing to make sure I didn't miss anything. You just discovered today a Facebook group that I followed. I may have missed something there. Okay, so a few of you would definitely join. Yeah, I am definitely against drama. And that's what I love. Yeah, I noticed that, I don't get a lot of crazy people in the chats. I've had a few, but they just disappeared after one live stream, so no problem there. Well, I mean, a few of you are still here, but you're okay in my book. Yeah, definitely zero tolerance for drama. Yeah, zero tolerance for that. Yeah, and also the self-promoting thing, I think I'd probably really, really limit that, because I think there's enough. I think that a lot of Facebook groups kind of turn into the self-promoting thing. The Legria fine art group, though, it has always been like the pinnacle group, in my opinion. But I think I'm gonna have to put in a little work to come up with the rules that I would want in my own Facebook group. Not only to limit the drama, but also to limit the self-promotion thing. Not that I have anything against people, trying to grow their art page or their channel or anything like that, but I think what I could probably do, I'm really starting to put thought into this. You guys don't want this live stream to end because you keep coming up with such great things to talk about, and I'm never going to finish this drawing. But what I was thinking, I could do like a post in the group where everybody could put their fan pages, and then it would just exist there and nowhere else. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fill in the rest of my outline with the ink. And then once I do this, I will do some of the detailed ink work to make these drawings here stand off the page a little bit nicer. Oh yeah, that's another good one. Am I going to put color in somewhere today? You know, if this one wasn't going to take forever and a day already, I would probably consider putting color in it. But I promise I'll put color in another drawing another day, but probably not today because this one's just taking a bit too long. Sorry, I gotta switch this around. There we go. Get this line nice and straight. There. I want to add a thickness to these lines as well, but I don't think I'm going to waste the time on the live stream doing that. So I'm just going to put in this single line here, and I'll make them wider after the live stream's over, because I kind of want to make them a bit thicker than just the thickness of the pen, just to make them more bold. Because I have a lot of lines that I need to do, and you're about to see them real soon. It's not going to be fun, I can assure you. Let's see. Let's go up to this one, and I'm going to outline it, make it nice and bold. So I'm going to outline it with this thicker pen here. Help this character stand off the page a bit more. There, nothing too difficult. I love saying that, by the way. Nothing too difficult. Did I? Sorry, I'm checking the chat. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. I don't know actually if there's a way to join the live chat on a phone or tablet. I can't imagine that there's not. I mean, a lot of people nowadays watch YouTube and things on their phones and tablets, so I have a hard time imagining that you wouldn't be able to chat in the live stream using one of those devices. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this eye a little simple, I think, just like that. And then I'm gonna take my thinner one, add some details here. And then I'll take my white pen, add a sparkle right here, and a little sparkle down here. There. I think her eye is good. Actually, she needs a little bit more eyelash down at the bottom. There we go. Now her eye sticks out a little bit better. And I'm going to use, let's see, is this no, that's the 2.5. Let me grab the 0.3. I don't want to outline this with the really thick pen, so I'm going to use just a slightly thicker pen. Get her to stand off the page a bit more. There we go. That's better. We're almost done here. We're almost done. We only have like an hour more of work to do. Roughly an hour. I'm guessing. And probably exaggerating. Alright, I think that is good. Add teeny tiny little details. And then take my white pen and give her a nice sparkle in her eye. Yeah, I think that works. Good to go there. All right, now what? Yeah, you're totally right, Wendy. If people that do like the self-promoting thingy too much, you know, they or the like my page and I'll like your page kind of thing, it really doesn't benefit anybody because you know, I didn't get any of you guys coming over to my live stream and my channel because I went over to your pages or whatever and was like, hey, if you like my page, I'll like your page. Or you guys came over and, you know, wanted to hang out, and you ended up liking it. All right, I'm going to outline her here now. Nice and thick, bold line. Just like that. And I'm going to actually outline these text bubbles too, so that they don't get lost. You're going to know what I mean in just a few half hours, I think. You'll know. Since this is taking forever. And this text bubble over here needs to be widened a bit. I'm glad to see you guys chatting amongst yourselves while I'm quietly working here. I always am a little self-conscious when I go quiet on the live stream because I don't want to bore anybody. Because there's very few live streams that I ever watch, if I ever get the chance to watch them. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of live streams. I usually can't watch them for very long, even when I'm trying to engage. Like, I want to talk to the live streamer and chat with them. I always run out of things to type, and I'm like, I don't even know what to talk about or ask, and I feel weird about doing it. So I'm glad you guys just feel totally normal having conversations, because I'm not very good at it. Very random question. Can you put pastel pencils over top of colored pencil? No, you cannot. No. The pastel will not want to stick to the colored pencils because it's going to be filling in the tooth of the paper. You might get something to stick, but it's not going to look very good. All right, I need to do her eyes now, and I have kind of a reference, so I need to erase. I have some pencil left there, and I'm going to, because her eyes need to look like they're kind of glowing a little bit. And then I'm going to outline that. All right, now I have to fill it in, and I will use this to fill in all this black. Perfect. I love inking eyes. Inking eyes is just, I love the way that they pop if you do them right. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of marker here. To accentuate the curvature. And then take my thin pen, add in some texture there, and take my white pen, give it another little dot, a few white specks in the iris. There we go. And I need to fill in her eyelashes because I realized that I didn't. And this one over here is not quite as thick enough. Yeah, I can believe you, Wendy. Holding on a conversation is extremely hard for me to do with just about anybody, like, ever. I'm not very good at conversations, especially in person, and sometimes I struggle a lot in the live stream to maintain a conversation and some kind of discourse. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to have very successful live streams if it weren't for you people. Because you guys keep me engaged by asking questions. I love that you guys ask questions and stuff like that because it just makes my life so much easier. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. I'm going to add a little bit of shadow here to my teardrop. What else do I need to do here? I need to add my exclamation marks. Just like that. And let's see. Yeah, before I get into the markers, because I am going to do a bit of markers, but I need to do something that's, like I said, not going to be the most enjoyable thing to watch me do, but it must be done. It must be done to create the effect that I need to create. Let me make sure I'm in frame here. Okay, yeah. This is going to be kind of boring because you're about to watch me make 1,000 lines. Introvert struggles, woohoo. Yeah, that's so true, Leontine. So true. Though it was nice when you opened up a little bit. You know, you put yourself out there on your channel and started doing voiceovers. I know that you struggled with that for a little bit, but now every time you upload a video and I go over to watch it, it's nice to hear your voice and kind of hear your thought process a little bit of what you're thinking while you're drawing things. And I really look forward to when you get set up to live stream. I really look forward to that. Okay, that's just the first batch of the lines. I need to still do 1,000 more. I'm running out of room here. I'm trying to make sure you guys get to see it. Not when drawing, not quite a mouse. I'm going to end up smearing my ink if I do it that way. This is this little line thing that I'm doing here is really going to make this look like an official manga page. We're coming down to the final stretch here a little bit. I'm just going to have a bit of coloring that I need to do with some markers. I need to add in some more lines here. Quite a few more lines, to be honest with you. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying the live stream. Architecture plus crooked prompt minus limited ruler usage. That's a good one. I like that idea. Well, Leontine, for your voiceovers, try to do something a little scripted. You know, kind of watch what I do. What helps me with my voiceovers when I do them is I'll watch my video and I'll try to think of a few ideas that I want to mention, like, you know, what inspired it or what technique I'm using or something along those lines. And I'll just write up a kind of a skeleton script, and it gives me some kind of bullet points as far as like what I want to say in the video, and then I just kind of freestyle off of those, and it helps me keep my train of thought. I don't know how much editing you do with your voiceovers, but I usually do quite a bit to kind of make it a bit more succinct, come out a little bit cleaner sounding, and all that stuff. See it coming together? Only 500,000 more lines to draw. This is so much easier to do digitally. I haven't heard any ideas as to what the final story of this little scene here that I'm making is. You guys must have given up. Alright, I could add more lines, but I think instead I'm just going to darken the edges with a bit of marker to accentuate that a bit more. Goodness, what else? Oh, I need to outline her down here. That way she stands off the page a little bit better. So I'm going to outline there, and then I'll color a little bit with marker, and that will be it. I'll fill in the words, finish up the story. So there's what the page looks like so far. So I'm gonna leave it zoomed out so you kind of can appreciate the full page here. Alright, just a few more lines. Almost. I cannot wait to be done with this. So much work went into this piece. Way more than any amount of work should have been put into a InkTober piece. Oh, I forgot her eyes here too. Gotta fill in her eyes. And thicken up her eyelashes a bit more. I think that would be a good choice. There we go. And then give her eyes a little bit of a sparkle. Right there and right there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Let's see. I'm gonna take a little bit of 3. Where's 3? Okay. And I'm just gonna fill in a little bit here. That way it shades it, makes it a little bit more dramatic, but not too much. Does it happen to you when you are drawing not on a live stream and you talk to us? Wait, does what happen to me? Oh, hello, Jonathan. First time you've been able to make it to the stream. Well, I am super glad that you made it. Thank you for coming. Is she short of something? Is she... No, she's not short of something. Like, on money or something? Is she begging for... I don't know. No. If you're going for the story, I don't know exactly what you mean, but I can assure you that the answer is no. All right. There. That makes it a little bit more dramatic. With a bit of shading, just kind of pulls you in a little bit. Maybe she forgot to put on her underwear. Well, okay. No, not quite that. She seems super embarrassed. Perfect. That is exactly what I'm going for. She has underwear, I guess. Just, she has underwear. She's good. She's good. You guys come up with like the goofiest stories in the world. All right. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to fill in this block behind her. So I want to color in this whole frame here. So it's going to take a second for me to do this. Bear with me. I just don't want to have it all white because I think it will look better if I gray this out. Really, not for any particular reason, just I kind of like the idea of it. Oh, hello, Cece. Welcome. No, she didn't trip. No, she's safely standing still. She hasn't tripped. I will give you a teeny tiny hint. And by teeny tiny, you're not going to be able to discern any new information from it. I will say that one of you alluded to something that is very close to what is happening in this scene. I won't say when you did because it was actually a while ago. But it was very vague. Okay, it was very vague, and that's all the information I'm giving you. I'm almost done. And I'm going to be filling in the words, and you're going to get even better idea of what's happening here in this scene. But for now, you're just going to have to suffer a bit more. with not knowing what's happening. But once I fill in the words, it's going to be, okay, since I'm live streaming and you guys are a little bit delayed in the chats because of, streaming, that's the way it is, the latency, I'm going to have to share the final story as it unfolds before your eyes, and then I'm going to have to pause and wait for a moment for you guys to react in the chats because it's just going to be, it's going to be perfect. She broke wind. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't have any response to that right now. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. Oh gosh. Your guys' guesses are almost better than my original story. That's a good one. Is this what happens to you ladies when you do this kind of stuff in public? You get all nervous and shy and scared? Wow. Don't answer that question, by the way. Don't answer that question. All right. There's just a little bit of an atmosphere going on there. What else? Oh, I need to color in these people. So I'm just going to do that with markers, actually. And that will be kind of the last thing that I do before I start filling in the words. And you all will finally know what the story is. What is happening in this scene? It's been a pretty long stream today. It's actually a bit shorter than what I thought it was going to end up being. I thought this was going to be a really, really long one. But it's going to be worth it, trust me. Just hang on. Once I fill in the words, you guys are just going to die. But in a good way, laugh. Let's see, I got the different colors going on here. Maybe she did more than just break wind. Oh gosh, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. She didn't do it. Okay, it's not pertaining to any bodily functions whatsoever, okay? Her digestive system is perfect, okay? Her digestive tract is just perfectly fine. She's perfectly fine. She's wearing underwear, and yes, they're clean. Oh my goodness, you guys are just ridiculous. Is she vegetarian? All of my characters that I ever create are always vegan, just like me. They would never harm an animal or eat them. Oh, goodness. This part's taking a little bit longer than what I thought it was going to, but I'm loving your guys' guesses. They're great. What day, love it. What a day. Yes, indeed, it is super great. I seriously wish that I could spend time with all of you on every car trip. That was the best drive I ever had. Well, thank you, Melinda. I'm glad that your drive went well. She suddenly realized that she stepped on a lug. When people go back to watch this without the chat, yes, she's wearing underwear, and yes, they're clean. It's gonna throw people. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah, this is the benefit of coming to the live stream. You get to experience the full chat. You get the chat, so you can put all the weird things that I say in context. So if you're listening to this and you missed the live stream, oh goodness, you missed a good one. Another really good one. Yesterday, I thought we were going to have trouble topping yesterday, but you guys never cease to let me down, that is for sure. Or you do not let me down. Or whatever. You know what I mean. All right. What kind of pen is that? So this is a Pantone Tria Letraset marker. They don't make them anymore. They're like 20 years old or something like that. No, she didn't step on our slug. Goodness gracious, people, what a terrible thing to say. If she stepped on our poor little slug buddy Nugget, how would I justify adding him later on into all of our pieces? I can assure you, our little Nugget is perfectly fine. He is plenty safe. He's not going to die in this episode of Inktober. Goodness gracious, people. You either have a dirty mind or a morbid mind. I forgot. She has a speech bubble down here. I forgot to add it. He missed my story? Yeah, I think I did miss your story. I'm sorry. We want chapter 2. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't think I can do another one like this. First day at college? No, that's a good one. That's a good idea, but nope. Let's assume that she's a graduate, and she has a degree in physics. Yeah, I like that. I like that backstory. She's already graduated from college and she has a degree in physics. Don't read too much into that physics degree. It has absolutely nothing to do with the story. All right. Now let's switch to 5, I guess, and start coloring in more people. I didn't realize how many people I drew here. I guess I put a lot and underestimated the amount of time it was going to take me to fill all this in. It's real easy when you're doing it in Photoshop and you can just fill it in with the bucket. I have had the doodle stuff, very embarrassing, blah, blah, blah. Speech bubble, I'm gonna say plot. No, the speech bubble is not gonna say pot. No, you'll see, we're almost there. Just to hang on, we're almost there, I promise. I promise. I only have one more color that I'm going to use here. So let's go with the 3. Nah, let's go with the 2. I like the 2. So this is going to be the last marker. I'm going to fill in the rest of the back here of the people. Again, the people back here have absolutely nothing to do with the story. It was actually something I decided to add in like last minute because I just felt like there was too much blank space here. And it just added a really good atmosphere to the rest of the drawing. Alright, we're almost there. I keep saying it, but I feel like with every step, it just slowly gets closer and closer. I'm just glad you guys are entertaining yourself with the chat there and your different scenarios of this story. Oh, but it's the reveal. Oh, it's going to be so good. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait to start putting in the words. Hopefully I don't spell anything wrong. You guys are going to love this so much that you're going to ask for a whole series. A whole series of stories following this character. I'm to the finish line. I'm right there. So close. Come on, marker, don't dry up on me now. Oh, you like the warm grays? Thank you. Yeah. I really like these markers. I wish I was doing this on a bit better paper, though. A drawing with this much. Okay, so I'm done coloring there. So we are on to the words. We are on to the words. So this is how I'm going to do this. I've had this planned all day. Let me zoom in here. Okay, you're gonna have to look at that for now. Let's see here. Where's my pen that I want? Here we go. All right, now, okay, are you guys ready? I'm gonna start filling in the words now. Bear with me. I'm going to try to write as legible as possible. Oh wow, I just messed up. Dang it. Nobody's going to be able to read that. I was afraid of that. Literally the worst thing that could have happened is that I mess up on the words. Can you guys read that okay? First word, please. You're right. You can read it? All right. Can I buy a vowel? That's a good one. This right here, it just says, please don't see me, please don't see me. Next frame. Hopefully I won't mess this one up. Okay. Okay. Next frame. Next frame. I need a pen really quick. There he is! There he is! You didn't even see me put him in. There he is. There's our little slug buddy. So that is the story. That's the story that I came up with. Yeah, I knew that you guys would guess it eventually. I wouldn't have been able to do the whole thing, but okay. Seriously though, that was just, I was so excited to share that with you guys. Yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed it. No joke, I am not lying. I came up with this as soon as I woke up. Like, I woke up and this page was in my face, like, just there. I'll post it over on Instagram, Facebook, and stuff. But I had so much fun with you guys. Seriously. Oh gosh, that was a tough one. This is gonna be hard to beat for tomorrow, but I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all tomorrow for sure. Make sure you send me your finished Inktober pieces over on Facebook. The link is in the description, of course. And that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hope you guys had fun, and yeah, I don't know what kind of craziness we're gonna get into tomorrow, but I look forward to it. So thanks again, and see you tomorrow. Peace.